Qué bonita paloma azul, que con sus alas transita por donde quiera. Qué bonita paloma azul, no se lleva con cualquiera. Abre sus alas para el dueño de tu amor. Abre sus alas para el dueño de tu amor. Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, so and now for something completely different. I'll do an Irish song. Actually, I think my Spanish is better than my Irish, but I'll do my best. Nope. This is kind of a theological piece. It's called The Devil and Bailiff McGlynn. Actually, it does have some background. The song is really fun and funny and everything, but it actually comes from not such a lighthearted story. It was during the Irish famine. Could you open that? Thousands of people lost their homes. They were evicted, and houses were flattened. It's very much like the Palestinians. But of course, the person who presided over these evictions was the local bailiff. So the profession of bailiff did not get a lot of respect from the Irish for these reasons. Anyway, the Devil and Bailiff McGlynn. As I walked out one fine summer evening, I'd taken the view by the sea. A couple of rogues on a rambling before me I happened to see. Now to see what them boys were up to, a trifle I hastened me walk, for I thought I could learn their intentions if I got within range of their talk. Well, one of these boys was the devil, the other was Bailiff McGlynn. One was as vile as the other, and both were as ugly as sin. Says the old boy, said he, I'm the devil, and you are a bailiff, I see. Ah, 'tis the devil himself, cried the bailiff. Don't that be the devil, said he. A young boy ran out of a cottage and took himself over the fields. May the devil take you, said his mother, as she rattled a stone at his heels. Said the bailiff, on. Oh, now why don't you take the young rascal? Your Highness the bailiff, he cried. Ah, it was not with her heart that she said it. The devil, he smiling replied. Now close by in a patch of potatoes, a piglet was striving to dig. When the owner come out and she cried, "May the devil take you for a pig." But the bailiff, "Now that's a fine offer." "Why not?" said "Take the piglet," said he. I was about with her lips that she said it, and that's not sufficient for me. As they jogged on, a young boy espied them, and up unto his mother he sped, crying, "Mother, there's a bailiff." And she clasped her two hands and she said, "May the devil take that awful bailiff." "Bedad," said the old boy, "that'll do." It was straight from her heart that she said it. "Sa bailiff McGlynn, I'll take you."
Uh-oh.
That was wonderful. It really was.
Not a very Quaker song, but what can you do?
Oh, well, you know.
Good job.
I don't know.
That's fantastic. So for a little bit of a change of pace, we have Lizzie Lesher here who would like to read a little poetry for us. Lizzie, do you think you're ready to do that?
I think I might be.
Okay.
You want to put this on?
And actually, after Terry's song, I have no qualms whatsoever in presenting the first poem. When I told my brothers that I was doing this tonight, they were a little shaken. They said, you know, I wouldn't do that with a bunch of Quakers. But I think that Terry set the tone for the evening, and I think we're okay. Jan might be the only person who's heard this before, but that just means that he'll understand it a little better this time around. So Kevin is going to help me by putting up some pictures. This is a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom and their son Albert. And as you can see, this is not anything very modern. But what you need to pay attention to is that young Albert is wearing his Sunday best, and he is holding a stick with a horse's head handle. In England, when we go on vacation, we talk about going to the seaside, and Blackpool is on the Irish sea coast, and that's where many, many people go. It has a beautiful beach. And that's where Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom and their young son, Albert, headed off to. There's a famous seaside place called Blackpool that's noted for fresh air and fun. And Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom went there with young Albert, their son. A grand little chap was young Albert, all dressed in his best, quite a swell, with his stick, with a horse's head handle, the finest that Woolworths could sell. They didn't think much of the ocean. The waves, they were fiddling and small. There were no wrecks and nobody drowned. In fact, nothing to laugh at all. So seeking for further amusement, they paid and went into the zoo. There were lions and tigers and camels and old ale and sandwiches too. There was one great big lion called Wallace, and Wallace will appear on your screen in a moment. His nose was all covered with scars. He lay in a somnolent posture with the side of his head on the bars. Now, Albert had heard about lions, how they were ferocious and wild. To see Wallace lying so peaceful, well, it didn't seem right to the child. So straightway, the brave little fella, not showing a morsel of fear, took his stick with the horse's head handle and shoved it in Wallace's ear. You could see that the lion didn't like it. For giving a kind of a roll, he pulled Albert inside the cage with him and swallowed the little lad whole. Then Pa, who had seen this occurrence and didn't know what to do next, said, "Mother, yon lion's at Albert." And Mother said, I am vexed." Then Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom, quite rightly, when all said and done, complained to the animal keeper that the lion had eaten their son. The keeper was quite nice about it. He said, "What a nasty mishap. Are you sure it's your boy he's eaten?" "Am I sure? Here's his cap." So the manager had to be sent for. He came and he said, "What's to do?" Pa said, "Yon lion's at Albert, and him in his Sunday clothes too." Then Mother said, right, young fella. I think it's a shame and a sin for a lion to go and eat Albert, and after we've paid to come in." The manager wanted no trouble. He took out his purse right away, saying, how much to settle the matter?" And Pa said, "Well, what do you usually pay?" But Mother had turned a bit awkward when she thought where her Albert had gone. She said, "No, someone's got to be summoned." So that was decided upon. Then off they went to the police station. In front of a magistrate chap, they told him what happened to Albert and proved it by showing his cap. The magistrate gave his opinion that no one was really to blame. And he said he hoped the Ramsbottoms would have further sons to their name.
You know, I noticed that meter would actually fit perfectly to the tune of Bailiff McGlynn.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just perfect. So you must sing it next time.
So, but for any animal or lovers of children, I do want to reassure you that in episode 2, the lion brings Albert back, but we will reserve that for perhaps next year.
Oh.
So
He should at least wait till he's not a teenager anymore.
So no children were eaten in the making of this variety show.
Yes, that is. It should be shown along the bottom of the screen. Yes.
I like how unflappably stoic and calm everybody was about the whole thing. It was
Yes.
quite amusing.
I do appreciate it, and I should pass the message on to my family.
So did you have any other poems? I think you had more than one for us, didn't you?
I do.
Oh, okay. Let's hear another one.
My second poem is something that I wrote in May of last year. I am very close to my grandchildren. And again, Jan is very aware of who is Charlie. And Charlie at Christmas had chosen to sing to Little Rock Meeting. So Tina and John are also familiar with Charlie. Charlie used to spend a lot of time at my house before COVID. And I decided when COVID hit that I would write a poem about Charlie. So here it goes. I'm Charlie. I'm going to be a secret agent. Grandma, I love hard-boiled eggs. She chats incessantly on the porch as picnic sandwiches spread with chocolate, blueberries, olives, and cucumber recharge the batteries of a morning well spent. I'd like to help you in the kitchen. I'm really good at mixing things. Her idea of mixing up a jug of cooling lemonade for a hot Oklahoma day is oh so concentrated. How much did you add? Oh, I have no idea, comes the sticky reply. There are beaks to be fed in the bird box. Let's find them worms, says Charlie. Tweezers bravely poised. She pushes back the rotted log. Emergent screams let out as she stumbles backwards. The worm, with magnificent ease, appears an unsettling, writhing monster. I'm Charlie, she is heard to say. I'm 5. The cause of indisputable concerns at birth. Now, her imagination running rife. Her infectious giggles echo through my day. A hum of precious companionship.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet.
That was great.
Do you remember her?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
And
that,
her sister.
it's that age of no inhibitions where
Right.
you see something and before you know it, she's right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just such a precious age of go get it. And she doesn't give a thought to how she looks or what she does. It's very charming. My third poem is for Karen. And it is also for all of you. In our worship sharing this morning, we talked about what it is to be part of a community. And we talked about some of the darkness of last year and how it had affected us as individuals and what we had chosen to do to come out of that darkness and to live in light together. You are my lights. This group has really been there for me. You may not know it, but it is the truth. And I wanted to share with you a poem that many of you may know. It is written by Joy Harjo. Joy is the incumbent United States Poet Laureate, the first Native American to hold that honor. She's also the second Poet Laureate consultant in poetry to serve 3 terms. She's a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, which is in Oklahoma. She fits well into the context of our yearly meeting. In addition to her creative writing, Joy has written and spoken about US political and Native American affairs. Her website contains several blogs expressing her views on current political issues and her strong support for women's rights and equality. She is a very active member of the Muskogee Creek Nation. She wrote this poem. It is called Perhaps the World Ends Here. I prefer to call it Around the Kitchen Table. Perhaps the World Ends Here by Joy Harjo. The world begins at a kitchen table. No matter what, we must eat to live. The gifts of earth are brought and prepared, set on the table. So it has been since creation, and it will go on. We chase chickens and or dogs away from it. Babies tease on the corners. They scrape their knees under it. It is here that children are given instructions on what it means to be a human. We make men at it. We make women. At this table, we gossip, recall enemies, and the ghosts of lovers. Our dreams drink coffee with us as they put their arms around our children. They laugh with us at our poor falling down selves. And as we put ourselves back together once again at our table, this table has been a house in the rain, an umbrella in the sun. Wars have begun and ended at this table. It is a place to hide in the shadow of terror, a place to celebrate the terrible victory. We have given birth on this table and have prepared our parents for burial here. At this table, we sing with joy, with sorrow. We pray of suffering and remorse. We give thanks. Perhaps the world will end at the kitchen table while we are laughing and crying, eating the last sweet bite. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Lizzie. Lovely.
Yes, thank you so much, Lizzie. That was beautiful. So, Larry and Joanne, do you think you're ready to perform for us now?
Well, we can give it a try.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce the music you're going to perform for us?
Yeah, this is a song by Patricia Runkle. I understand it's in the Quaker hymnal, and it's one of the real jewels that appeared in Peter and Annie's Rise Again, which was their second book. And the only recording I could find of it was one that Annie did. And like I say, it's a jewel. It's kind of a different kind of work. It's called A Garden of My Own. There's a place
where dreams are gathered. There's a place where seeds are sown. There's a light beyond the shadows where truths are known. In this light I reach for heaven. In this soil I root my soul. In this place I have a garden of my own. Time light beyond the shadows where truths are known. In this light I reach for heaven. In this soil I root my soul. In this place I have a garden of my own. These days I am on my knees with flowers in my hands. These days I refuse to plant in rows. These days I can feel a seedling tremble as it grows, and the heart that deep within me understands. There's a place where dreams are gathered. There's a place where seeds are sown. There's a light beyond the shadows where truths are known. In this light I reach for heaven. In this soil I root my soul. In this place I have a garden of my own. Who knows whether time and quiet faith bring something new? Who knows if I learn to improvise? Who knows if a flower never seen before will rise, and the water be the richer for its hue? There's a place where dreams are gathered. There's a place where seeds are sown. There's a light beyond the shadows where truths are known. In this light I reach for heaven. In this soil I root my soul. In this place I have a garden of my own.
Yay, yay. Such a pretty song.
That was lovely.
Isn't it? I hope that I feel like a kind of a mission to spread that one around, you know.
And I was just commenting to Scott as he was walking in here, what a beautiful voice you have. It's very clear and pure, and just like the song you sang, you know.
Now you're going to hear mine. It's just the other side.
Okay, great.
This one, it finally came to me listening to the keynote speech today, and we lost one of the greats, unfortunately, to COVID, and that was John Prine this year. And he did probably one of the best environmental songs of all time. Grab Capo up here. I saw the pictures of the script mining, and this epitomizes it. This was about Paradise, Kentucky. When I was a child, my parents would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a little old town there that's often remembered, so many times that my memories old. Oh, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's cold drink done hauled it away. Well, sometimes we and we shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles is all we would kill. So Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber, they stripped all the land. They dug for the coal till the land was forsaken, and wrote it all off as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the great river. Let them flow right on past the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, 5 miles away from wherever I am. Oh, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away.
Yay, hooray, hooray. Good job.
Wonderful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm really glad that you both decided to participate. That was beautiful. So we're going to go back to a little bit of poetry. John Coffin said he's got some contemporary poems he'd like to read for us today. So John, are you ready?
Oh,
sorry.
you're muted.
Okay, thanks, Tracy. They're just 2 poems, so this won't be of long duration. The first poem is a contemporary poem. It was in an anthology. Some of you may have it, called 60 Years of American Poetry. The introduction was written by Robert Penn Warren, so that means he was still alive at some point in time. And the preface is by Richard Wilbur, who must have been up in his seniority too. I'm thinking it was put together rather, at the end of the 20th century. So this poem, a contemporary poem, probably the last 40 years of the 1900s, is written by Gerald Stern. And I'm of an age when especially when I hear poetry, I like to be told in advance certain words to watch out for. So there are 3 words here that you might sort of keep track of. The first is squirrel. That comes up several times in the poem. Another one that pops up on occasion is Galileo. Galileo, the late medieval astronomer, is that right? He was a lot of different things. Cosmologist. And then the third word that you'll hear me read, is paper. So just 3 pretty simple words: squirrel, Galileo, and paper. The name of the poem is I Remember Galileo. I remember Galileo describing the mind as a piece of paper blown around by the wind, and I loved the sight of it, sticking to a tree or jumping into the back seat of a car. And for years, I watched paper leap through my cities. But yesterday I saw the mind was a squirrel caught crossing Route 80 between the wheels of a giant truck, dancing back and forth like a thin leaf or a frightened string, for only 2 seconds living on the white concrete before he got away. His life shortened by all that terror, his head jerking, his yellow teeth ground down to dust. It was the speed of the squirrel and his lowness to the ground, his great purpose and the alertness of his dancing that showed me the difference between him and paper. Paper will do in theory when there is time to sit back in a metal chair and study shadows. But for this life, I need a squirrel. His clawed feet spread, his whole soul quivering, the hot wind rushing through his hair, the loud noise shaking him from head to tail. Oh, philosophical mind, oh, mind of paper, I need a squirrel, finishing his wild dash across the highway, rushing up his green, ungoverned hillside.
That's good. That's really good. All right.
Fabulous.
Okay.
And so my second poem is not part of this anthology, but it speaks, I think, historically to us as friends. It's really only half the poem. That's all I have available tonight, but it's better than nothing. So here goes.
Dedicated to Karen.
This is dedicated to Karen, and the author was a Simon Haywood, somewhere in Great Britain, and certainly a Quaker there. Simon Haywood. I'm a lonely little Quaker, and I'm feeling very small. I'm the clerk of this monthly meeting, and there's no one here at all. I've got all the minutes drafted, and I'm ready with my pen, but the sense of monthly meeting is they've stayed at home again. If it wasn't for the Quakers in the Quaker burial ground, then I'd be the only Quaker for 100 miles around.
Okay.
Yay, Simon Haywood.
Please,
Good job, John.
please put that poem on our website. Please, please.
I don't care what anybody says. Karen's the real star of this show.
I wrote an email to him because there's a website, and I said, I want so much to print a whole poem in the carillon, and he never answered. So we can't use it. We can't read it. We can't print it. I think we can have it on the website, maybe.
We'll make an exception for you, Karen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you. So Jan Michael had said he may want to possibly participate, but Jan, if you're still wanting to join us, I'm really not certain what you'd like to do. So if you'd like to join in, please introduce yourself and the talent, and should be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, I'm here, and I actually thought I had some things for kids. This would be Bible facts that they probably would not be taught in Sunday school. Now, I see under the circumstances, folks are going to have to just use these on their grandkids. So you're familiar certainly with the story of Noah and the ark. And you may know that all the animals, it said, went into the ark in twos. But that was all except, or they all went into the ark in pairs, except the worms, who went in apples. Now, after the ark came to rest and Noah went around in the ark there to kind of shoo all the animals out and send them out to go out there and multiply. And he's looking in the empty ark and he comes around the corner and there's two little snakes down in the corner. And he says, "What are you guys doing here? I told you guys to go out and multiply." They said, "We can't. We're adders." So,
Okay, yeah, got it. You got to think about that one.
there are also a few things that that are probably rarely known. Now, the first instance of an automobile mentioned in the Bible, many people just don't know this, but if you look in Genesis, it does say that God drove Adam and Eve out of the garden in a fury. And there's a motorcycle in the Bible too. We're told that David's triumph was heard throughout the land. But I've got another one here, kind of more for the adults. So the story was that back in the 13th century, Rome was prospering and everybody was doing well. In fact, the Jewish community was doing so well, they were kind of putting some competition on the Christian merchants. So the Christian merchants got together and went around to the Pope and said, "You know, these guys are causing us a problem. Can't you just chuck them out of town?" And the Pope said, "Well, I'm empathetic. I understand your problem, but I don't think I can really just throw them out without some rationale for it." So they talked about it for a while and decided that they would issue a challenge to the Jewish community. There would be a debate. And if the Jews won, they got to stay. If the Jews lost the debate, they'd have to leave. So they sent the message around to the Jewish community, and they were really heartbroken about this because, you know, this was just almost a death penalty for the community. The Vatican had probably the biggest library in the Western world. Any book that the Vatican wanted, they were able to get. The Pope might have been the best educated man at that time. How would they be able to debate the Pope and win? So they're sitting around drinking a few beers and talking about this and probably crying in their beer. And after a few drinks, maybe more than a few, Shlomo says, "You know, cheer up, guys. I mean, we can do this. I mean, we can do it. Even I could debate it." And they said, "Great, you're on." Well, the next morning, Shlomo stones silver, but he's opened up his mouth, and even though he regrets it, he feels like he can't really go back on his word. So he says, "Okay, I'll debate the Pope, but it's to be a debate without words." So they send their acceptance back to the Vatican. This time, the Christians are a little surprised because it's true they had issued the challenge to the Jewish community, and they had not set the rules. So they felt honor bound to accept the conditions that the Jews had set on them. So they make the arrangements for the whole debate. Out there in St. Peter's Square, there's a platform, and the two contestants are up there on the platform, and everybody in Rome is there to see this debate. So the first round of the debate, the Pope holds up 3 fingers. Shlomo looks at that a little puzzled for a while, and he goes, and the Pope is astonished. And he says, "Yes, that's true, that's true. Shlomo wins the first round." The second round of the debate, the Pope stands up, spreads his hands wide, and Shlomo thinks about that a little bit, and he goes, and the Pope is shocked. He says, "Yes, yes, I see, I see." Shlomo wins the second round. It's the third round of the debate. The Pope stands up and takes the napkin off the table next to him and holds up the communion sacraments, the bread and the wine. And Shlomo looks at that for a while and puzzled. And he fumbles around inside his shirt and pulls out an apple and polishes on his sleeve, takes a big bite out of the apple, and the Pope is just demolished. Shlomo has won the third round. He's won the debate. Well, everybody now is mobbing their particular champion to understand what went on because they didn't understand a word of this. So the Pope explains to the Christian community. He said in the first round of the debate, I said, there is the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And Shlomo said, yes, but there is just one God. And you know, that's the important thing. For the second round of the debate, I said, God is the creator of this manifest universe. And Shlomo said, yes, but God is right here now. And you know, that's the critical part. For the third round, with the bread and the wine, I said, Christ came to die for our sins. And Shlomo with his apple said, yes, but sin is still with us. So over on the Jewish side, they're asking Shlomo the same questions. Shlomo says, well, as near as I can understand it, in the first round of the debate, the Pope got up there and said, you got 3 days to get out of town. I said, not one of us is leaving. For the second round, he said, but you got this whole world to live in. I said, we're staying right here. I don't know what happened to the third round, but when he got out his lunch, I did too.
Hey, you take the cake. Oh, we're staying right here.
Well, about the last piece here, since we've been on a poetry jag this evening, I guess I could pull up a contribution to this too. So this one is on finding a dead mouse on the outdoor porch, or stepping on the porch on a winter evening, with apologies to Robert Frost. Whose mouse this is, I think I know. He's sleeping in the bedroom, though. He will not see me slinking here to give his mouse a mighty throw. I suppose a cat may think me queer to toss a mouse out on its ear and waste that tiny mousy steak so tasty with a catnip beer. I'm sure he'd give his head a shake, so sure I've made a huge mistake. A cat might even start to weep and think of vengeance he might take. Those heartless cat deeds dark and deep that will go on while I'm asleep, and cats their nightly secrets keep, and cats their nightly secrets keep. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Well, that is all of the acts that I was told were going to be performing. But Howard, you had said you may want to participate with a little something. If you've got something to share, we'd love to hear it. You got a captive audience tonight.
Okay, well, first of all, it takes me a second or two to set up. Am I able to share my screen or not? Or is that just, let me just try something here. Okay. Okay, looks like I can. So this is kind of illustrates why I might have needed to do the next thing I'm going to show you, because it shows you that we have kind of a spirited child here. So this is Amberly.
Are you a monkey eating green beans?
Oh, she's actually imitating a gorilla or a monkey of some sort.
You're a wolf? How do you do a wolf?
You're a pig.
Well, you're going to be a pig?
Okay. That's her.
Yeah. Wait, you a pig. Open up the door. about the pigs with the door. Wait, the door. What are you doing with your tummy? Is that where your food is?
Okay, so anyway, this is a song. I'm going to sing you a song of my own composition that I wrote. I came up with it on the fly because we were in the middle of kind of an urgent situation, and it's a very short song, and it goes like this. And when you hear the song, you'll be able to tell what the situation was. It goes like this. Seatbelt Bill, Seatbelt Bill, Seatbelt Bill was a real big pill, but he always kept his seatbelt on. That's why they called him Seatbelt Bill. Oh, here. That's a song anyway. Okay, well, here's.
You guys want to say hi?
You want to say hi?
Say hi.
Well, okay. Well, then
Anyway,
I say hi.
Anyway, that's a song of my own composition that I had to write for Emberly on the fly in the car. So anyway, so the instrumental part came later. Anyway, there you go.
Nicely done, Howard.
Yes,
Howard, did she keep saying pig? Do y'all have a pig?
Oh, in the movie, yeah, she's talking about the big bad wolf.
Okay,
and
and
the
the
little
little
pig.
pig.
And
Okay.
yeah, and in fact, there's a little bit more to this. Is this embarrassing together? Okay, hang on. Let me do the rest of it here. Wasn't quite done there. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Your food in your tummy?
I think I see that green bean in there.
Oh, no, you have to eat it. And then it'll go in your tummy.
Yeah, it doesn't go to your belly button. Oh, that's so silly. Here, no, don't do that. That'll make you all dirty. No, honey, don't do that. No.
I want to open it.
Yeah, eat it. It doesn't really open. They're little. The other kind will open. The peas. Oh, my goodness.
Very good pig.
Very good.
Very good impersonation of a pig. Ricky, hush.
Very good.
Yummy.
Anyway, that's Emberly for you. So, and she's out in the next room with Bubba. He's visiting this weekend too.
How old is she?
She's 2 and Bubba's 3. They're about 10 months apart, so they're pretty close in age.
I'd be happy to do another one if you want one.
Well, is there anybody else who's here who would like to perform something before John performs more poetry for us? I want to make sure that anybody who would like to jump in has a chance to do so and show us what you got.
Are you going to belly dance for us, Tracy?
I've gained so much weight during this pandemic, I don't even think I fit in any of my costumes right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrified to even try them on at this point.
Tracy, I think that was Larry Vaughn who said he could play another piece.
Oh, okay. Absolutely, Larry.
Actually, it was me.
Yes. Please, if nobody else
Unless
has
Larry said so too, that's a possibility.
Oh, it was Terry.
Unfortunately, the Quaker Oak boys are not going to be able to perform this year. So,
Well,
maybe next year we'll do down by the riverside. Yeah.
folks, Will King just arrived from next door,
Sure.
and he thinks that we should sing to y'all the impromptu songs we sing to our chickens. We didn't rehearse this. We can wait till those other folks do it, or we can do it now or whatever. But he has encouraged me to let y'all hear this.
Okay, that sounds great.
Would we want to do it now or after the real musicians?
Oh, you are a real musician, so please, let's do it right now.
All right, well, let me think. Let me get in the mood. Okay. What the hell is that? Bonjour. Wait, what? Okay, we got it. We're ready. Okay.
Bonjour, Kate. Bonjour. Bonjour, Gloria. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Très bon. Bonjour, Kate. Bonjour. Bonjour, Gloria. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Très bon.
And then when it's time for them to go to bed, you sing. They do do, they do do, they hope that they do do, they do do, they do do, bon nuit, bon nuit, bon nuit. Then you go to sleep when they go first. Because
Bring in a chicken.
Huh?
I want to see a chicken. Bring in a chicken.
Oh, they're already roosting. We would have to wake them up. Oh, they would be so unhappy if we did.
Oh
that.
well, what? Just for one time. You know.
Pick them
get
up one
over it.
time. Okay, we'll get a chicken.
You maybe go grab one of them.
Go
and
get
just
one.
pull them down from there.
Yeah, get the one that yeah, go get one.
You serious?
Yeah, Jimmy said yeah.
You want me to go get one of them?
Well, yeah. Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared, but
They'll go back to sleep after you bring them back.
I know, but sometimes you just I have to kind of temper what you.
Sometimes you think my ideas are not good.
No, I didn't say that.
Sometimes.
Oh, please don't disturb the chicken. Let the chicken
Let them
lie.
sleep. Okay.
Okay.
But
He's a
see, when
Patsy's boy.
when they were babies, and they lived in a box in the living room, I would take them out every night and I'd hold them on my chest. I'd sit back on the sofa and I'd hold them on my chest. And they would go to sleep on my chest. And I started saying, they do do, they do do. And it kind of rattles in your chest when you say that. And they would go to sleep. And so
You'd sing chickens to sleep?
I would sing my chickens to sleep on my chest.
Okay.
And they would settle down and I'd hold them on my chest and they would feel the rattle.
Uh-huh.
They do do, they do do. And so they don't know that they know French. They do know French. And sometimes when I go out into the chicken yard, if they're acting up and I just start rattling off, I don't speak French, but I know a few French phrases. And so if they're rambunctious, I just start talking to them in French and saying my repetitive phrases, which they know, and they calm down.
All you need is.
You're living my life. You know that, don't you?
Well, one of my art projects is to finish painting a sign for the chicken yard that says Maison des Jolis Poulets, the house of the beautiful chickens.
Oh,
I'm working on that. My sister, who is a magnificent calligrapher, has done beautiful calligraphy for the sign, and we're working on that.
So, Pam, all you need is 3 French hens.
Yeah, I got 2.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
What I got is 2 Cajun chickens. Yeah. 2 big chickens. I don't think we have 3 hens, but we got some Cajun chickens. All right, so we entertain, huh?
Yeah. Sure
Yeah,
did.
we are.
Have you got an egg carton with a stamp on it?
No, that's at your house.
But I do have nothing.
I don't know where the stamp is.
Oh.
Oh, but I have the sign.
Yeah,
I
go
have
get
the
this.
calligraphy.
Okay.
Okay, talk to them. Tell them something funny.
So in college, I was an orientation leader and tour guide, and I was really involved. And you have to come up with one of these things that's your fun fact, because you always introduce yourself and you give a fun fact. And my fun fact is I got a call back for an Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial.
Yeah.
I did.
And did you go do it?
Yeah.
Did they pay you?
No, but I got a free admission to the Birmingham, Alabama Zoo. And that's where it was. And I got to go to the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile and sing the two songs, the bologna song and the Wiener song.
Did they give you a free hot dog?
Probably.
Okay, sing the bologna song.
My bologna has a first name, it's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name, it's MAYER. I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA.
So, can you see the calligraphy on this beautiful sign?
Wow. That's nice.
Sang des jolis poulets.
Oh.
Sang des jolis poulets. And it's going to be white ink on a bright blue background. And we tell them all the time, oh, joli poulet, joli poulet. And they believe it.
Well, why shouldn't they?
Why shouldn't they? Exactly, Tracy. Right. On with some music now.
Oh, me?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's try this. All right. This is a song from the Georgia Sea Islands, and I usually sing it as a children's song, but it works for everybody. Watch the stars, see how they run. Oh, watch the stars, see how they run. The stars come shining round the setting of the sun. Oh, watch the stars, see how they run. Watch the moon, see how she shines. Watch the moon, see how she shines. The moon comes shining around the setting of the sun. Watch the moon, see how she shines. Oh, feel the wind, see how it blows. Oh, feel the wind, feel how it blows. The wind come up around the setting of the sun. Oh, feel the wind, feel how he blows. Oh, watch the stars, see how they run. Oh, watch the stars, see how they run. The stars come shining round the setting of the sun. Oh, watch the stars, see how they run.
We should.
Renee, is that the cat that was in the hat?
Oh, I didn't realize I even had my, no, this, I teach music online and I use a variety of things to keep them interested. So this is one of them. I've got something for you. Speaking of teaching, this is a piece one of my students is playing, and I get so nervous that I'll play this one because I can play it even while I'm playing in front of people. So this is my offering for tonight. Here we go.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Barry, come on now.
Beautiful.
Barry's one of my students.
Yes, I see Renee every Monday. I'm not ready for a piano performance.
Next year, everybody look for it next year.
Next year.
Renee,
Renee,
Renee, you have to sing something. I've just got to hear that voice.
Yes, please.
I was saying the same thing because I don't even think of you as a pianist. I think of you as a singer. So maybe you could.
Well, she's a fine pianist and piano teacher.
Let me see. How about let me see. You guys know I'm looking up lyrics. I don't know the words to anything. How about when you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh, nothing is going right. Oh, just close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. Oh, you just call out my name, and you'll know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got friends. Well, if the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind has begun to blow, just keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon I will be knocking upon your door. Oh, you just call out my name, and you'll know wherever I am, I'll come running. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you again. Oh, baby, don't you know that winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend? 'Cause people can be so cold, yeah. Well, they'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them. Oh, yeah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh, yes, I will, just to see you again. Oh, baby, don't you know that winter, spring, summer, or fall, oh, yo, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got a friend. You've got a friend. And I've got friends.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bravo, bravo.
Yeah, my cat.
Renee, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
I have a question. Who composed the first piece that you played on the piano? I recognize it, but I can't.
Oh my God, this is I would so be stalking him. Frederick Chopin.
Oh, I knew it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would definitely be, a groupie. 150 years ago. Yeah, big time. I should have worn this. I should have worn this costume. This is much better than. Yeah.
I do like it better than that cat jumping on your head.
I know, right?
That cat made me nervous.
It looks like it should hurt.
I like the cat.
You like the cat?
I like the cat, yeah. There she is, okay.
Well, everybody, we have reached the end of our allotted time for the variety show.
I was thinking we should sing a goodbye song.
Absolutely.
We have a good short goodbye song that
Yeah.
everybody knows. So
Okay.
let's see. I gotta.
I'm so glad we had this time together. Never mind.
That's a nice.
This is less inspiring, but probably more recognized by those of us who grew up in our generation.
Everybody knows Carol Burnett's goodbye song now. Come on.
Wait, did Karen Sakamoto play the ukulele tonight and I missed it?
What was that?
Not tonight.
Okay.
Still working on it.
We'll make sure I didn't miss it.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and hope for better weather. Trails to you until we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, other trails are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that, it's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Okay, y'all. I have to tell you, Will just looked at me and said, "Who's Roy Rogers and Dale Evans?" I have my work cut out for me with this young man.
Hey, everybody, come over and join the sing-along.
Okay, where are we going to be?
Virtual campfire sing-along room. So, Larry, when do you want to start? Are you want a little break?
I think I'm gonna head on over there after this and probably get set up a little bit, but I'm not sure. We're supposed to be there at 9:15, I think.
Well,
Steve.
that was kind of general, so.
Yeah. Everybody go get something to eat and get s'mores. So you're gonna have to provide your own s'mores, and
that's right.
And we'll sing "I'll Fly Away" and "Down by the Riverside" if you
all the good ones
tonight. Okay.
But will there be ice cream?
If you bring it.
Check with Liz.
Hey, you can bring it over to
I
my
was thinking ice cream sandwiches out of Old Chestnut.
We had last night. We had ice cream last night. You don't get it tonight.
No ice cream for me.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Tracy, and
Thank
everybody.
you, Tracy.
Contributed.
Bye, y'all.
All the entertainers.
Night,
Night, chickens. Bon week, chickens.
Bye.
Bon nuit, poulet.
Bon week, poulet. Say hey to Danny. I saw him laying in the corner there.
Yeah, he was. He snuck out a little bit ago, though, but he's doing better.
C'était le bon temps retour.
Les éléments roulés.
Right. Yes.
There's another French phrase that I learned a long time ago too, but you got to be careful who you say it to.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that one. No. No.
Voulez-vous coucher
No,
ensemble?
stop. Just stop.
No. To,
Oh, that's right.
bring up,
Okay. Oh, no.
to
Oh, well,
bring
we're
up
not
the
shakers.
tone, to bring up the
Not
tone,
shakers. We can sing that. Huh? What, Howard?
to bring up the tone a little bit. If those of you who are here will indulge us, I have a one-act play that Emberly and her brother did. It's called Little Boy Fights a Monster.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, let me, it just take a minute.
Oh, good.
Let's you play.
Is Sissy being silly? What you doing?
Now, which is the monster?
Right?
Fabulous.
The one that was disguised, I guess.
Hey, folks. Fun week.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Vivian.
Hi,
Where'd she go?
Wave before she goes to bed.
Oh,
Hi, Vivian. Have you guys been there all along?
Like five minutes at the most.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Vivian? All right. What are you reading?
Queen Red Riding Hood's Guide to Loyalty.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I don't want to read that right now.
Well, how are you doing?
I'm good. I was kind of hoping I'd pop on and like there would be singing because it's and like there should be a group of old dudes sitting around singing. What's happening?
Oh,
that didn't happen.
No,
Other people
they're
sang.
doing the campfire
Oh, the
now.
campfire. That's just the next event in about 15 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's in another breakout room, but yeah.
Yeah, make sure you go to that.
We'll see if I last. Y'all are on a different time zone. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Renee, I absolutely adore that outfit. I mean, you just look so classy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Celia. Oh, yeah. You look classy anyway, but just like one of those looks.
Yeah,
Like Lady Gaga type thing.
right.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
when students have to practice and I have to lighten the mood, I'll put something like this on and they just love it. Let's see. Their favorite one though is, I can't watch since I can't find it. So yesterday all day I think I was this, and they thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, Edwin was just playing with these over in the main room.
Uh-huh.
He had some really creepy ones.
Right. There are some creepy ones. Now I've got small kids, so I don't put those on, but they get a big kick out of my being a tomato. And
I'm getting a big kick out of you being a tomato.
Hey, Jasmine, I just heard you hit time zone. Are you going to
You don't use that when you're teaching me, Renee. Maybe that's the problem.
Larry, will it help? Will it help?
Well, maybe.
And of course, this is they really love this one.
That one seems so appropriate since there's always like someone's pet.
It's right.
Right?
Jasmine. I see Jasmine. Yay! I was just reading your Facebook post.
Which one? Jizo.
I don't know. Whatever just showed up on my
Something about matzah.
No.
The one about you getting your vaccine.
I haven't even taken the sticker off yet. I'm so excited. Like I just left it. And it's at my Texas tattoo.
So is that your first one?
Yeah, that's the first.
Would you get Moderna or Pfizer?
The M1, Moderna, Moderna.
Moderna.
I don't, the M, whatever I don't care. They could have been like, this is a new
Right.
I would have been like, that's fine, do it.
Right.
Right.
So Renee, he looks a little out of it. He looks a little drunk or something.
You know what? It's because I'm sleepy. Honestly, those are my eyes you're seeing. I didn't get to sleep till late last night, and yeah, that's me. But what's his name? Woody. Woody and I have not. I mean, I'm Woody. I have not been drinking anything but milk. I'm a mean one.
How do you do that?
I know, right? Isn't this cool? These are snap camera. And I can't find the one. I'm looking for Kermit the Frog. They love Kermit the Frog, but I don't see it right now. So they come in and out. I'm a mean one. What's that?
And I can.
That was creepy.
There you go.
Kitty cat, huh?
Yeah, yeah. The kids like that when I yell at things, yeah.
I can't even get my video to stay vertical.
Oh,
Yeah, when my camera works, about half the time the cameras don't work at all. So all they get is the Austin sign.
Renee, what do you teach?
I teach, right now I'm teaching virtual piano, and I'm teaching a few voice students, which is interesting online. But that's what I do. I teach out the Austin School of Music, and I kept some of my students, but I lost a lot of students online because they don't want online lessons, and I don't blame them. It's really hard. It can be really hard. Because music is really physical, and you need to be in there in person to really help them the way they need to. I'm looking for my videos. I don't know where my videos are. So is there a breakout room called Campfire?
Let me check.
Actually, I'm looking at the moment. We don't seem to. Oh, you know, it may be under. We were supposed to be a community thing. I don't see that. Do we have a techie here somewhere? Edwin, are you still here? Oh, there's Edwin Clone.
Yeah, I'm kind of sort of here.
There doesn't seem to be a breakout room for the campfire. Is that something
it should be just sing along. It's not called campfire. It wasn't called campfire tonight. It was called sing along.
I don't see it.
It's way at the bottom.
Oh, okay, very bottom. Okay,
it's way down toward the bottom.
All right, I don't know whether you're going to need to make me a co-host.
Jump. You have to first jump out into the lobby. Just exit this room because I can't do it inside a room. I have to do it out in the main part.
Got.
We're going to check out. You're going to check out. Good to see you all.
Because he's going down to the sing-along room to.
Mona Lisa.
Okay, Larry.
All those people.
Pat
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Robert, Allison. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, you're a co-host now, Larry.
Present.